I started receiving like death threats.
They're
not so bad.
bad.
That was a golden nugget that he kept.
In the sex dungeon.
I can't say this.
Oh, he's in LA now. I checked his stories. Like, hunt this gringo down.
And my heart's racing just talking about this right now. But
This is our secret. We're not gonna share that.
I'm gonna be a villain for the rest of my life, bro.
We got signed to the DnB Allstars
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Bro, we need to talk.
in the hotel with one lady that was wearing Prada.
Biggest performance I've ever done is 50,000 people in South Africa.
You got me feeling right. Oh, nah, you got me feeling right. So right. So right. Take me deeper. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
That's the one. This is that.
This is
We've got the
that.
whole setup. We've got the lights kicking, and I feel like I'm home. I feel like I'm in my element right now.
Yeah, we're home.
You know where we are?
We're at home.
Backstage, and we're about to give people
The
a different
perspective.
perspective. That's it.
Let's go.
Introducing the voice behind the camera, who is
Yes,
going to
hello.
be the voice of the people, is Brian Perry, content creator, musician, and like I said, the voice
Audience
of
members
the people.
united together. We are part of one team.
Brian's our guy. What we're gonna talk about today, my friend?
So today we're going to be talking about the album,
Yes.
The Vault.
The Vault.
Yeah, and
We're
a bunch
ready
of
to
different-
unlock it, right?
Of course. Well,
I'm definitely
go on
ready
to one
to
of our
unlock
posts.
that one.
Yeah.
Comment down below, and you will get your key. You'll get your key.
Oh
to the
yeah, I
vault.
saw that.
That's
I
what
saw
you will
that.
get.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
That was the brains of the marketing genius.
Marketing. M for marketing.
There you go. For marketing.
M for
Not
marketing.
MNEEMO
100%.
marketing.
Yeah.
Guru.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, we're
yeah,
gonna be
let's-
talking about the album. We're gonna be talking
let's
about
start. Let's start.
track by track. We're gonna be talking about history,
by track.
perspective, what happened.
But before that, let's just basically, like in general, tell what the album means to you.
100%.
What it was.
Yeah.
What kind of vibes, the feelings, all that.
I mean, it's so interesting to me now that we've released it because my mindset, and I think ours mutually when we were talking about the album, we were like, we've been making music for the past, 2 years since we've met. Every session we get in, finish at least one track, 2 tracks, 3 tracks. And we just built up so much and we had never released anything. And this man right here, what did you tell me this year?
We should drop it. We
100%.
should drop it all.
100%.
Wow.
It's
What a godsend.
It's been so many things. Like I loved these demos. I hated these demos.
Yeah.
So many feelings, and then just I realized we need to just drop them and see
Well,
what
bro,
happens.
How many times have we performed these songs already?
Multiple times.
You know,
a lot of
We've
times.
performed these tracks so many times to a
Yes.
live
Yeah,
audience.
yeah, yeah.
People have messed with it. People have loved it.
We actually created these tracks just for the live sessions that were
Exactly.
like for the live sets that we were playing together.
Well, that actually takes us into our very first track, Deeper, the intro.
Take me deeper.
Right?
Yeah.
A very important question is tell us the history about that.
Even though Deeper was not the first track we created before hitting the club.
Yeah.
But since it's first on the album, we can start from the Deeper, I guess. So Deeper was... I remember we've been sitting in the studio and we had a long session. We've been probably working on some other track.
Yeah.
And then you really wanted to go home, and like you sometimes like...
Take into consideration,
Yeah.
right? At MNEEMO's old place, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, every single time I had to go home, the trains would finish because we would get so lost in the music that I would end up sitting there at like 2, 3 a.m. being like, oh my gosh, there's only a 2-hour bus home, you know? So I'm sitting there being like, oh, I've got to go.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah, and then you were about to leave. You were just getting ready.
Yeah.
And I remember I just opened the log drums and I started making a beat, like the Amapiano log drum beat. And you just like, you kind of
100%.
vibe to it.
It's like I picked up my bag,
Yes.
went to go walk out and heard the dum, dum, dum. And I was like,
Oh yes, now I remember, because before the Deeper we wanted to do some like Brazilian funk type of style. So I had the drums ready like boom, ta, ta,
yeah,
boom, ta.
we had it pumping.
And then you were about to leave and they put the log drum onto the Brazilian drums. And it kind of like, we created the blend with the Brazilian
100%.
funk and the Amapiano together. So I've never actually heard anything like this before. So
Yeah.
Deeper probably one of the first.
It's a mix of those
If I'm
two
wrong,
different...
let me like
Let me know.
let me know.
Let me know in the
I
comments down
I
below.
might be wrong. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard anything like this. Have you heard, Brian?
No, but I like the inclusion of the voice note right at the beginning. That was like
Oh,
the
that
drafting
is another
process.
story.
That is another story
It was
in itself.
evidenced.
Take me deeper.
Man, that is another story, because when we made the Deeper, we didn't have any vocals on it, right?
No vocals,
no
no
melodies,
nothing.
no lyrics, nothing.
Yeah.
But day before that, we hit the spot together, and I remember we sat down in the jacuzzi,
Yeah.
and you telling me like,
I remember
let's
this.
create the melody.
Yeah.
And you just started like creating the melodies,
Yeah.
and I remember you just silently jumping, running to the locker room.
Yeah.
You grab your phone, you jump
this is
straight
the-
back into the water with your phone.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
take me, take me, take me.
This is the same time when I met
Man,
that
you don't
real
remember
estate
that,
guy.
right?
I do.
But I just reminded you that.
He's unlocked a memory. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying? Because
man.
I remember we met this guy as well in
Yeah.
that pool who was like this real estate guy, and I had just
Oh,
started
yes.
my real estate job, and so MNEEMO was connecting us, and I was like, this is how the millionaires do it. They go to the spa, they have a nice little treatment, and they meet people.
Yeah.
And he just never messaged me back at all.
Yeah,
Just
there's
never-
a
He-
guy
he's
who is-
lost.
I feel
He's
probably
lost.
will be watching this video.
You should have messaged me back, dude.
Yeah, but it's too late, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, but we ended up using that little voice memo that you did in the jacuzzi
Yeah.
as the first 3 seconds on the track, and you can actually hear how the water like pumping in the jacuzzi.
It's going in the background.
Yeah.
It was that kind of when I
That's
first
what it
heard
was.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Well, you know what it was.
You were wondering.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just
Because
thought it was
sounds like
background
sounds like something bad quality,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Something
Yeah.
with the like that's done in the very
Well,
very
this is
bad
the thing,
quality.
the
But that's
first-
voice memo.
rumbling. It sounded like rumbling to me.
Well, this is the thing. The
Yeah.
first time I heard it, I was like, "Why are we keeping this in? Like, let's make it professional." But now I look back and the album's out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm so thankful it's there because it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like a little flashback to the original memories of where this stuff came
It's
from.
like a touch of something like real, because
Yeah.
so many people like when they produce music they use so many samples, synths, etc. But this is actually that very real piece.
Something that's
that we
actually
have.
original.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I like that. I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people. Authenticity will always win.
Yeah, we took deeper, a little bit deeper right now.
Yeah.
Right?
You went
We'll
deep with
get
that one.
deep into it.
Yeah.
This is how, guys, I hope you guys are prepared for this podcast
Yeah.
because this is how every single thing is going to go.
Do you mind if I ask, are you looking at the camera all the time? Because like I'm talking to you and you're looking that way always.
Yeah, I'm talking to you and I'm talking to the camera. I'm like,
so you're
bouncing
looking
back
at
and
you're
forth.
looking at the camera.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay.
Should I
Because I
be
was
looking
thinking
at
you're
you?
looking at the Brian, but no,
I'm looking at Brian. the
You have a
camera,
free
and
will.
you-
You look
just
whatever
so
you want to
attractive.
look,
Hey,
my
we
friend.
have 4 people in the room right now. We're
Yeah.
mashing it up. We're going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like now you're looking at me, and it's
And now you're like, no, look at the camera again. Hundreds.
Now you figure it
Alright.
out.
Yeah.
Training wheels today. It's the pilot of Backstage Perspective, isn't it?
yeah.
Today.
It's pilot of Backstage
Well, to be
Perspective.
fair, this was completely and utterly your vision that you said Backstage Perspective. This is something I actually really wanted
Absolutely,
to
I
do.
wanted to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I wanted to do it for a really long time.
What
man.
stopped you?
I don't know. I don't know. I just probably didn't have the right story to tell,
Yeah.
or the right first guest, or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but now we're doing it, right?
We here now, baby.
Absolutely, man.
Come on.
Shall we move on to Stay?
We should move on to
Because
Stay.
Stay is the track number 2 on the
100%.
album.
Yeah. Well, actually, I actually want to start with a question.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
What is your favorite track of this entire album? Because this has been a debate because we both, when I think Find You and Fly are the best tracks of this album, and we were like, this is gonna be the big ones, and not one person who I've
That's what
spoken
you
to
guys
has
think,
said,
yeah.
oh yeah, that's my favorite. It's always Stay, Prada, and Palm.
You know what? I've been mixing and mastering and working on these tracks for a year,
Yeah.
right? So for me, I got used to them so much.
Yeah.
I can only listen to them now when they're out because they sound different to me. I don't know. It's just maybe some psychological stuff or whatever. But for now, I'd say my most favorite track from the album is Right Now because this is the
Yeah,
is the
it's the most recent one.
It's the
yeah.
most recent one. Yeah. So I hadn't had the time to like. I
Kinda
didn't listen to it for
delve
like
into
100
it.
hours. I didn't
Yeah,
listen to
yeah,
it for
yeah.
100 hours. So it's not something that I
It's
got
something
used
that's
to.
fresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like a lot of music producers probably struggle with this, and artists, is you create a concept in your mind, you start recording it, you get it done, and then you end up spending so much time listening to it, recording it,
Yeah.
mixing it. Let us know if you
Perfecting
guys
it.
are like music producers and stuff in the comments. Do you guys get sick of your own tracks?
I think everybody does, and I think this is something that you have to really like work with yourself. Tell yourself that wherever you think and wherever you're treating this product is
Yeah.
not something that other people think.
Yeah. Well, there was a point for me
Yeah.
where
100%.
realistically I went
You
to
agree?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say that I feel like when you create something and then you put it out into the world, it's kind of like your child. It's like something
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
personal to you that you've created. That's like your blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah,
so that's a big
Absolutely.
deal to get positive reaction. Like you want to
100%.
make it as positive as possible. So
Absolutely.
that's probably why you spend like a year mixing and mastering.
But I didn't like actually spend the whole year. But we'll tell the concept a bit
go
later.
into it,
Yeah.
Well, it's similar to what you were saying. Like, it's a psychological thing. Because for me, there was definitely a point where I was like, I'd listen to some of them in my notes and stuff, and I'd be like, I've heard this so many times.
Oh, yes.
But now that it's out, I'll just be working.
It sounds different.
It sounds different.
I don't know why.
Because I literally, the other day, I was working on my computer, just doing some research, and I had it playing in the background. And I was literally like, got up in my bedroom and I was like, lately. You know what I mean? I was vibing to it.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I
I
mean?
don't know. It's the same. It's the same with me. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about Stay, right?
Yeah,
Stay.
we're talking about Stay.
What did she say?
Even when you're on your way up, I need you to stay.
So Stay, actually, I remember Stay we wrote because we did the come around.
Yeah.
We'll get to the come around.
Yeah,
a bit
we'll
later
get
as
to that
well.
story. That's
yes,
a good one.
But we wanted to do something chanty, like with a long chants.
Well, that was our style at some point, right?
Yes.
That was 100%.
And we did 2 tracks in this style.
Yeah, our
We
style
wanted to make it
was-
our style. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
made 2 songs, and it wasn't our style anymore.
and then all of a sudden we just
Yeah.
evolved. We got to a new stage.
In a way, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But tell me because you've got a bit more memory power than I do on this one.
I just remember when we were writing lyrics for the Stay, it was probably the easiest track because you were like in this kind of emotional situation,
Yeah.
which kind of like helped you.
It kind of brought it out of
Fuel.
Kind of brought it out,
Fuel for
right?
fire.
So basically, the Stay, the idea behind this track is when you're in a relationship and you're going through the difficult moment. For example, like you're finding success in life, and your partner, your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, is not really happy about it. They wanted you to be on the same level with them, not evolved, and they're afraid that if you're going to be successful, you're just going to leave them. I don't know how many people went through this kind of situations, but this is something that we wanted to talk about on that song.
Yeah, I think when it comes to a situation like that, it is such a difficult thing because you never really see yourself getting into a situation like that. And I think that the tough part is success comes with sacrifice, right?
Always.
And so as an artist, a creative, or even as a CEO, businessman stuff, right? It's like you have to put so much time, sweat, heart into your stuff.
Yeah.
And so your partner needs to be there to push you through it. And in all honesty, people really underestimate, our generation is one that has their sights set so much higher than any other because everyone can be a CEO. Everyone can make millions. Everyone can create an idea, become a content creator. And so it's like, you guys really need to think of the perspective of, if I have a partner, what are they going to have to sacrifice as well, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not something that I ever thought about to myself.
I'm not sure if it's even a common problem in the people's lives and the people's relationships, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see if it's going to resonate with many people. We'll see.
I think it's more common in cities where it's like that kind of like go-getter attitude.
That's a good point.
There's not really I'm not saying not everyone in the city is content, but I feel like you go to the city with the intention of making something big.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe in the
absolutely.
countryside, people settle down and it's like, let's
Yeah.
stay humble. Let's
It's
stay.
chill, yeah.
That's a very good point, actually.
Let's
And we live
enjoy
in the
it.
city, and we talk about our lives, and we talk about what we see and experience, right? So basically, kind of reflects the city life that Brian just mentioned.
Definitely, yeah. And I think, to be fair, this album in total is essentially like the journey in itself. As you listen to every track going down, it talks about different things.
But it's a good thing that as well, I've been working with so many different vocalists and artists before, but what I enjoyed in our process that I've been involved in lyrics a lot as well, as you remember, and lots of times we've been just vibing and finding the right words and the right spots for it. And that's why I love it, because it feels that I'm like involved on all the levels, right?
100%,
Same as with you, because you've been working on the production side with me as well. So it's not that just like Matthew is singing and I'm doing the productions. Together, did everything.
Well, I think the beauty of our relationship as well is that as we've gotten our relationship, my husband right here.
No diddy.
Shall we hold hands? Okay, a bit later.
But it's like as our time together has progressed, we've progressed as artists. And I mean, some guys, you don't even understand. Like, we released this album, at least in my mind, and I think for both of us, we were like, we've just got all these songs, and they're just nothing compared to the quality of what we've got now.
Oh yes.
And we were like, let's get this out there so that we can get the next stuff out.
That was another hard point for us, because we got so much of a new music, and it's in a way that we thought way better than the Vault, but kind of like the Vault, man.
100%, yeah.
This is another like psychological thing. When you write in music, you think it's better than the old stuff.
100%.
Well, that's good for your ambition though, to know that you're gonna do better. Any newer release is gonna be better than the previous one. That's naturally how it is.
Like when you progress, you're evolving, your skill is getting like stronger. But in a way, the Vault sounds very good to me. I like it.
Definitely. And then the next track.
The next track is Find You.
Lately, I've been searching for your love.
Find You.
Find You. Yes, that actually started from one of your projects.
Yeah.
You came to me with some of the vocals down, and I remember the beat for that project was like a UK garage or something.
Yeah. I think that was
I still have the snares originally from the garage track that you had, right? Yeah. In the beginning you can hear it.
This is the thing, is like a lot of the time, and it's the funniest thing ever, because our styles were so different initially, and then the more we've come together in the studio, it's kind of like bonded into this really good Afro house, deep house kind of vibe. And it's like every time I'd bring a demo in, so I would sit down, produce something, and be like, that sounds nice, let's go straight to Neemo. I'd bring it into the studio. By the time we've got to the end, it's a completely different track, completely different.
Yeah, because we were going with the vibe where the life took us, you know. You can't really predict it.
100%.
You know, sometimes when we were having the production sessions, after like 2 hours in, and we're listening to the demo, is it like the first demo, and sometimes I've been like listening and thinking, was it us? Just did it. Sometimes it feels like the higher power just goes through me and does it, right? And I'm just like a middleman in between something else and the final product.
That's the infinite unconscious. That's what it is.
I don't know what it is, but sometimes I feel it.
Different deep level of I remember you saying that to me for the first time, and I was like, when I'm writing songs, where does it come from? Because it's not a conscious thing where you sat there and you're like, I know for some people it is, but I don't know, for us it just feels like when you're sat there and you're writing things down, it's never been that thing of like, oh my gosh, what's next? It's just kind of flowed, and it's just come out, and it's the Vault.
Now you know what you two were? You were like vehicles of something. Like this had to happen. The Vault was produced by someone else, but you guys were the vehicles. That's it. By aliens.
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 Area 51. It's just we're gonna zoom in into that.
Well, that actually takes me to a very interesting story, because you just came back from LA. And I remember there's one special track that didn't make it onto the album for a very specific reason. Which, let me be straightforward about this. I was very upset about this not coming onto the album.
No, actually, you were very excited this is happening. I was upset.
I was excited that this was coming out, and so tell us, what happened in your adventures to Los Angeles?
The story starts a bit earlier than that. I'm gonna like in 30 seconds give the backstory. So we did a track, it's called Come Around. We used the sample and the vocal melody from another track. Was it Brazilian funk or whatever? I don't even remember the name of the song. Right? But we actually liked the melody and the sound of it, and we got inspired. So we wanted to make like our own version, with full respect to the original creators. So, and we did it. And we called the track Come Around, right? So
that was the very first track.
That was the very first track we did together.
That we performed live.
I remember that. Yeah, that was it. That was May 2024, right? In that like that club in Piccadilly Circus.
Dear Darling, yes. No. It wasn't Dear Darling Mayfair.
Dear Darling Mayfair.
Oh,
yes.
You know what?
You guys just got too many.
In the sex dungeon.
Yeah. That is a story in itself.
Yes.
I'm telling you, we're gonna get into that story now. I want to keep on to it, because I'm telling you, that is sparked some memories.
Our first performance was in the sex dungeon. And that's a fun fact, right?
We've evolved.
Kind of. Yeah. So And I remember after that, like we've been playing this track in the clubs, and people seemed to love it, but they were singing different lyrics to the one that we wrote. It was a little bit confusing, but understandable because that was a very like famous song at that time.
I mean, it was trending viral.
It was a trending vibe. Yeah,
100%.
I liked it a lot, and I remember I just went to Los Angeles and I filmed the reel in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
So I was just like riding in the car.
I remember you sending that to me.
Singing the song.
Yeah, the palm trees coming on the
palm
side.
trees and nice vibe, and I'm happy and I like our remix. It sounds good, sounds awesome, all of that. And I remember I posted that reel.
Yeah.
And bro, what happened later is just I started receiving like death threats.
No ways.
Man, people started messaging me like,
yeah.
This gringo stole our song. And I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And there's guys been texting like, commenting under this reel saying like, oh, he's in LA now. I checked his stories. Like, hunt this gringo down. And I was just like, oh my God, I didn't do anything to make it happen.
Like, guys,
and
please,
I remember I was calling Matthew and said like, Matthew, this is happening. He's like, bro, this is awesome.
Bro, I'll tell you, I remember I was in the swimming pool back home in South Africa, and I get out and I say, oh, MNEEMO, let's go, bro. He's just released the, hey, buddy, how you doing? Bro, we need to talk. It's like, what's going on, bro? He's like, bro, we're getting death threats. We need to get. I was like, this is clout, baby. This is great. Yeah.
So, I gotta ask, like, did anyone get close to seeing you? And
no, man. You know what I did? It's the first time I received that much hate online. I've never received anything like this before. Like I'm sure many people like used to this, and I know like probably nothing's gonna ever happen.
Yeah.
But since it was my first ever experience with something like this, I got a bit confused and I deleted all his comments.
Yeah.
So you can't find anything.
It was so
on my Instagram, there's no more hateful comments.
You were just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, and then this reel stopped like going viral or whatever. It just I don't know how many thousand views it got, but it kind of like
quietened down just a little bit. I think it was the funniest thing because when I heard about it at first, I'm like, oh, it's just a comment. It's just not bad because he didn't tell me about the threats of like let's hunt him down. He was just like, we're just getting some hate for it because it's a remix. And in my head, I'm going like,
man, I'm sure I told you all about it, and you said like, bro, that's awesome.
That's fantastic.
That's a good news.
This is my thing, bro. I just remember hearing about everything, and in my head, I'm going to myself and I'm going like, but views, bro, this is great because I've never been the type. I want us to kind of get out there for positive reasons. But you look at your Jake Pauls, your Logan Pauls, your thing like that, and they've made it out there because of a certain name. And I was like, views are views, whether they come in because people are like, oh, it's a remix or not.
Forest, that was big in Logan Paul's career. Remember
I'm
that?
glad we mentioned that.
I was just like,
Swiftly moving on.
Logan, if you're out there,
but
we got you, brother.
The scariest thing was when they like actually were sharing my location.
Yeah.
Because when I was in LA, I was just posting every hour.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and actually.
And then people were actually just like, he's here right now. Let's go find him.
They said that they were just like messages, because I've been translating the messages, because they've been talking to each other like in Portuguese. Like, I don't understand that, so I was like taking screenshots.
You were just like, yo, this guy's commented. Let's check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was an interesting story, but we can have some laugh and fun.
Yeah, we can have some fun about it now.
Yeah. That's the important thing.
And for all of those reasons, that song didn't make it into the album.
Yeah.
Also, the label advised us, let's not do it.
Yeah.
Let's not use it.
They were just like, we don't want to put our names on the line as well.
Yeah,
we don't want to die out.
They probably did it for the copyright reasons, but
Yeah.
that was the funny moment.
That would make sense.
100%. And so we've got our next track. So we've gone to the intro, we've got Deeper, we've got Stay. Tell us, we've got Find You as well. What is next on our list?
You don't remember?
No. I know the songs that are on it, but the order is
so after Find You, we have Prada.
Ain't gonna let you go, I'm never gonna run. I won't let another man take my love, yeah.
Prada.
You didn't do your homework, man.
For the longest time, hey, listen, I'm a creative mind, right? Logical organization doesn't work for me. So a lot of people, surprisingly, when I heard Prada initially, and we heard how it went, it was another remix, right? And this one went really well. And so I just remember listening to it and being like, I think it's too fast. I think things aren't really mixing super well. But surprisingly, I've had a lot of people actually message me after that and be like, Prada is one of my favorite tracks on the album.
We found the vocal sample from Splice.
Yeah.
And it was used in the Rafa Gaido's Famax track.
Yeah.
We liked it, but we didn't want to use it because it was an overused Splice sample. And I said to Matthew, like, I like the vocal melody. Again, let's try to do something that's going to be ours.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't even end up using that exact vocal melody. We just kept some of those parts. And this is how the Prada was created. And I remember you didn't have that much of a confidence in this track. You were like, oh man, we should change it. We should like change the structure or maybe drop it or whatever.
Well,
but now people messaging me, this is the best track from the album. And I'm
100%.
surprised because I was thinking it's the weakest.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I just remember recording this in the studio. And when I'm telling you guys, like, I struggled with this one. The breath control it. So I had to, before every take, maybe the word.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I remember, do you remember that one?
Also,
That's cool,
we were also doing...
Yes, yeah. Well, that's actually something very interesting.
This is our secret. We're not going to share that.
We're not going to talk about it.
No, this is our industry secret.
That's the blueprint. You can subscribe to the,
subscribe to our OnlyFans. You'll get
subscribe somewhere. No, at least.
Pay us money. Just pay us money, bro.
Pay us money.
We'll give you everything you want.
Don't worry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, and people been like posting this track, messaging me is the best one. I've been to the house party recently, and the moment I walked into the apartment, they played Prada. I'm just like,
You're like,
yeah, it's cool, but Prada,
Yeah.
because we were thinking, and our label also thought that Fly would be the number one track from the album.
100%. Well,
and
I think it's a
not.
lot more commercial, right? I think it can be played on the radio in a bunch of different places.
On the beach.
But when you look at the album, what I've realized is a lot of people who have said Prada is their number one is a lot of deep house lovers, right? Those guys that really love deep house.
But we have deep house track on the album, and they didn't highlight that one. The Palm.
That's true.
So it's something special about Prada that we don't know.
Yeah. Do you think it's the name though? Because I feel like the other names that you have on the album are quite like ambiguous. Come Around, Fly.
So
you know,
Prada
is a name that everyone recognizes, right? So Prada's about temptations.
Kind of, yes. And that actually brings me into the memory when we were performing at the B London. Was it like I remember that it was 18th of October. This is the only time we recorded the whole set on YouTube. And we've been hanging out a lot, like, and I remember there was like a couple behind us
at the booth.
At the booth, yes. And they were like together. They were hanging out all the time, hugging. So they looked like a couple.
Yeah. They gave off that QT vibe.
Absolutely, like they were a couple, 100%. And I remember after that, we going to the after party. After the clubs is always random. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
Yeah, it's just one of those 5 a.m. in a random person's kitchen type vibe.
All the time. This is why I like performing, because you're always meeting new people and end up in a different kind of London apartments. It could be the penthouse, it could be the underground studio apartment, it could be anything, right? But you just go where the life takes you.
Yeah.
And when coming to this, do you remember this? We're coming to this after and that for some reason is with another
completely different.
And they're looking like a couple.
Just
like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And you knew these, like, how did you know that? Did you know these people personally?
I don't know them personally, but they were just hanging out at the backstage behind the DJ booth. So in the B London, there is like a VIP area behind the DJ, and we had our table in there as well. So us and our friends were there, so they were kind of like around always.
Well, this is the one thing about B London is every time we've performed, it's kind of like a boiler room type vibe, right?
Yeah, that's what I like about this club.
Yeah, you got your DJ decks, then there's a little pole behind, and
it doesn't exist anymore.
What?
Yeah, B London's no more.
What do you mean?
They closed it, man. That's it. They say the concept lived for. They said the concept lived for too long.
What did they demolish? Like Is it a new
It's
club?
gonna
Is
be
it
a brand
restaurant?
new. It's gonna be a brand new concept. So
Brand new concept.
they moving onto
Bro,
the
how
more
did I
high
not
street.
know about this? What?
Bro, they like moving away from the underground.
Yeah?
They closed it in the end of July. The whole August they're gonna do the
Like
whatever
revamping and
refurbishments,
stuff
and they open the first week of September or second week of September, and the club's gonna be called Paloma.
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 What happens there? What's
don't
going to be
know.
happening there?
It's ND8.
You know what? I'll
No
just,
one knows.
I'll just say
NDA,
this: if Paloma
yeah.
is not the
Oi,
hottest club in London, I'm gonna be so upset because B
Well, we're gonna
London
book some
is
dates.
B
We're gonna
London
book
is
some
like-
dates.
Your spirits are in that club, so there's no reason why it wouldn't, like that building.
Would it
it's just gonna
would
be-
it still
It's
bring
just
that
gonna
energy?
make so
Yeah.
much profit and
Yeah. Oh.
goodness for Kensington.
Bro, I'm out here being like so much positive energy, so much money.
You gotta
Yeah,
think about the
absolutely, man.
business.
Yeah.
Gotta think about the business.
But no, we'll get some dates at Paloma. That's fine. We'll check it out. We can come for reviewing,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get as well.
Yeah, well, this is one thing that I would say to everyone that's watching this. Pop us a follow at MJP_. You've got MNEEMO right here because we are always posting new promos, new events that are coming out, and it's just, I promise you, every time we do an event,
Come and say hello.
it gets better and better and better. And come and say hello and tell us that you watch the podcast.
Yeah,
that would be sick. That would be sick.
really nice.
100%.
That would be sick.
So we've gone from all of the tracks that we've done. We've got Prada. The next one was our expected, the label's expected best track of
Yes.
the album, Fly.
So-called the hit song.
So-called hit song, yeah.
Take my hand and baby girl, I know that we could fly.
Yeah, Fly. I don't know why it's not performing that as well as we expected that to perform, because I remember from the first time, like the first demo we did, straight away everybody been saying,
Yeah.
this is the hit.
Yeah.
This is the summer hit. This is the
Yeah,
hit. This is the
yeah,
hit.
Yeah,
This is the hit song.
everyone that I sent it to is like a demo version. What do you think? Everyone was like, "Oh my gosh,
This is gonna blow up.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah,
Everybody's been telling me this is gonna blow up.
yeah.
Man, I don't know.
You know what? In my opinion, at least when I look at the track, because I still think that's so valid, is when you
Yeah.
listen to it, it has that virality, but for the time we created it, right?
Yeah, you think it's
I think it's time.
expired?
I think it's expired. Do you know
You
what I
really
mean?
think that?
It's past best
you know what it
before
is?
date.
It still has that time, but I think there's so many
So
tracks
it's like a time
out
capsule.
there. It's like a time capsule because there's so many
Yeah,
tracks
I like
out there
that.
that have popped off that sound, that
Time
have that
capsule.
sound, that have that energy. And I
Yeah.
think people listen to it and they'll still think this is such a good song, but they'll be like, let me add that to the playlist. Not, let me message them and be like, this is a sick track,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And I produced it for another artist even.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
he
remember this
came
one.
to the studio and she's like, "Oh, I love it, Blade."
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was meant for another guy.
Okay, was he like similar
Not at
kind
all.
of vibe
He was
to
a rapper. He
Very, very
wanted,
He's a rapper.
He wanted to use his rap lyrics onto something like, summery and
Yeah,
housey.
like pop house.
Yes, and this is how I created the first draft of The Fly.
Yeah.
And when the Matthew heard it, he said like, "I really want this."
I still remember being in the studio, and it was at the very start of the session.
Yeah.
I walked in, he was like, let me just play you some stuff that I've got right now. He played me this one. As soon as I heard it, I had that like feeling of like, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna make this absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I was like, this is mine. For all you musicians, if someone plays you a demo and you're like, I want that track, say it because
And
it
the
works.
bad thing that I already sent that demo to the guy that
Yeah.
was intended to be, and he loved it.
Yeah.
And I had to go for this whole conversation
right.
explaining him why it's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
That must have been awkward, eh?
A little bit, yes.
How did you go about that?
Now we're not speaking anymore.
That's how you do that. That's how you
Bro,
solve it.
but I was very respectful and said like, you know what,
Yeah.
this and that happened. Actually, like, unfortunately, we cannot use this anymore. And but I was very nice and polite.
Yeah.
But it's for the best.
As
man.
usual.
That's
People come and go.
That's how you have to be,
Yeah.
man. That's how you have to be. And this is
Absolutely.
actually a very big point that I wanted to ask you about. You've been in the industry for quite some time,
Yeah.
right? If you were to compare my brand, MJP, and MNEEMO's brand at the moment, you'll notice NEEMO's brand is instantly clockable. You look at his Instagram, you look at his TikTok,
Fleshed
you look
out.
everywhere, you can see who he is as a person, right? So with your time in the industry, tell us about one experience that pops out about you dealing with some people in the industry that have come and that have gone.
That's a very good question. You're referring to that one guy?
Referring to
Bro,
maybe that
that's
one guy.
actually the whole story for the whole other podcast. That's a 2 hours of a 2 hour long conversation.
That's just for one.
Yeah, so the Mr. Not So Bad.
Mr. Not So Bad.
Mr. Not So
Mr.
Bad.
Not So
Yeah,
Bad.
I met him. I met that guy when you guys were making you're making a track and you're going back and forth. You knew exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
And Maddie was kind of like trying to
Oh,
get
you were
on
at
your
the
vibe.
session that time. I
Yeah,
remember.
he was trying to like get on your vibe, and then there's this
Do
like
you remember which
mysterious
track this
guy
was
with
for?
glasses.
It was the one.
I don't know.
The one
The
that didn't
one,
make the album.
Oh, it's that's the
Yeah.
one.
We
still
What
have
was
that
it called?
demo.
What was the name?
The one.
Oh, it's called The One.
It's called
called
The
The
One.
One.
Yes.
Yes.
I actually remember this one very well, and this was the moment for me. Every time I was in the studio with this guy, I just felt so like I just couldn't connect with him. I just couldn't get on that.
Man,
and I never really
yeah.
said anything about it because
Yeah.
I was just like I could see the relationship you guys had kind of built up at that time, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is how the industry works. Maybe I just need to humble myself and just go with it. But
That's also something that I was thinking because he was putting too much pressure because he's saying like we need to finish it as soon as possible because I got like this label, these people, that
Yeah.
those people, they're ready for this demo. I'm gonna
Never
get it
rush.
signed.
Yeah. Never
I'm gonna
rush
get it
art.
released.
Yeah.
It's gonna get like huge push and all that kind of stuff. And you remember I was kind of calling you like Matthew, we need to get this done because like this is the opportunity.
That was
he
probably
was playing his role, but let's talk about Not So Bad on a whole different
Okay,
episode.
let's do that,
man,
let's do that.
'cause this story needs to be told.
100%,
Right?
100%.
I'm sure like so many people would want to.
Yeah.
Hear it.
So, I wanna talk
maybe
about
not
it
a
right
lot
now.
of people, but still somebody.
100%. So we're gonna talk about that on the next one. You guys, you guys have to catch this one. Bro,
I'm
trust
gonna
me.
steal all the tea, guys. I have so much to tell you.
I'm telling you, if you guys are upset that we're not talking about this, right? I'm more upset than you are because I'm like,
No. This is gonna be
crying.
an interesting story.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So Palm.
Palm.
We're here at Palm.
The
now,
best
this,
one, the best
this
one.
here
Yeah.
is my personal favorite
Yeah,
track
yeah,
of
yeah.
the album. And
Really?
I will
Amen.
tell you exactly why.
Fell for you so I fell asleep in the palm of your hands.
It's the one track that my dad always sends me messages about randomly, just randomly during the day.
Okay.
Palm. And I'll be like, what?
Good
And
taste.
he'll message me straight
Just
after.
texted your palm.
Literally, I will show you the
Palm
receipts.
tree emoji.
No, I will show you the receipts. He'll just message me Palm and he'll be like, this is so great. This is so good. What. And he actually sent me a video the other day. He went to like this paddle court because he's getting into that fitness life.
Yeah.
And he had spoken to the DJ and was like, this guy just released this track. Because I asked him, how did you do it, right? Because he sent me a video of him playing my track as everyone at the Virgin Active in South Africa, which is one of the biggest gym establishments in the country. He was playing it live on the speakers. And I went, how did you do that? And he went, well, I just went up to the guy and you can hear the sales voice come out in his voice. He goes, I just went up to the guy and I went, have you heard this like crazy new album? Like I've had it on repeat non-stop. And I was just like, yeah. And he was like, give it a listen. And he listened to the track and the DJ was like, I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah.
We should get your dad involved more.
100%. The best marketing you've ever seen in your life. Except for in the video when you hear, this is my son. This is my son.
But
No, proud dad
the
moment.
man is proud.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing.
100%.
It's
And
a good thing.
that is why
rightfully.
Palm is one of my favorite tracks of the
Oh,
album.
that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice.
100%.
Actually, the Palm sounds a bit different from the other tracks,
Definitely.
and that's because it's been influenced by the South Korean producer that was at the session with us.
Definitely, yeah.
The one
Cool.
that his name is Heimer. His name is C1. His stage name is
C1.
C1. Yeah, his name is C1. His stage name is Heimer, and he is a part of the duo.
Yeah.
Two producers. Their name is Argo. So
Argo.
because of his influence, you can hear that deep bass.
100%.
He influenced that so much, and
Yeah.
thanks to him.
Well, this was actually a very interesting track as well, because this was one of the very first times we had another producer come into the studio. Because a lot of the times we'll have
Yeah.
other people
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
studio
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like
Never
that.
worked.
But it will just be
It
us.
never worked.
Because when we're together, we make tracks like this, right? We just boom, 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 track. And then we'll get other producers in, and it's like we spend 2-3 hours, and we're always stuck. We can't get it right. This was the first time we had another producer come in, and
Yeah.
it just worked. It just worked like wildfire, you know?
Yeah. The only time the other producer came to the studio and we actually
Yeah. just mold it in.
use something that they did is the
100%.
Paloma.
Yeah.
100%.
So did they fly? Did Argo fly out
No, he's
specifically to
studying
work on that? Or he was just in the
he's
area?
studying in the Beam, the music university. He studies music production in London.
Yeah.
So this is how it happened.
Yeah. Well, that's actually one thing that I've actually thought to myself a long time. Because obviously I studied acting at London College of Music.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, the more I've spent time in London, it's been very difficult because music to me and acting are very similar, but it feels like music, you can really just do stuff to progress your career by yourself.
Yeah.
You're not waiting for someone to give you an opportunity, whereas acting feels very difficult in the sense of like you can do the monologues and the self-tapes and that, but you're dependent on that one person seeing you and going, you're right for this, you know? And so I've thought to myself, should I have studied music production? Have you ever studied music production?
You know, I was thinking about it a lot, and I'm thinking actually when you getting a professional education in something like music, it actually
takes away
so much influencing the way you write music.
Yeah.
You might actually lose some authenticity and some original thought
100%.
and original idea that you have, what you want to show to the world, right? So I know so many great musicians that have been graduated from the Goldsmiths University, the BIM. Guys, you're way too talented to just waste your talent and not produce anything, and they're just not interested because their knowledge is so much deeper. They don't enjoy the simple stuff.
Exactly. Well, it's exactly what I was...
super interesting. Sorry to interrupt.
Go on.
Like, I completely agree with what you're saying is the point of music is you get people from different backgrounds, different perspectives, different experiences of life. If you all kind of go through that, like the uni experience is very distinct, you know. It's you can't replicate that. You're going out, you're partying. It's maybe the first time you're being independent. You're celebrating that. You're celebrating like your youth, your own authority,
it's
self-authority.
also for the first time a lot of people's first experience out of the house.
That's a huge deal.
Your boundaries, away from the things that have been holding you back.
That's what makes it special.
If you were doing music production before, like in your hometown, you're still attached to that kind of part of yourself. You know what I mean? Whereas if you did maybe something like psychology, for example, I did music management. I feel like that I benefited a lot from my business side because I love business, and also I understood a lot about music. But it's like I don't actually know anything about how the music industry works. I've heard things about the music industry being cutthroat, and you have to know about like networking skills, but you find out a lot about the law. Like the legal elements and how people get messed over.
There's levels to this game.
There's a lot.
There are levels
to this game.
Like there's some music industry people that are playing chess. They're playing chess because of their knowledge.
Well, I forget who the artist is, but I remember hearing a story about one artist that back in the day when you used to purchase ringtones, right? He realized that you would get paid like $1 for a ringtone instead of like 20 cents. And you used to get paid 20 cents for like when people bought your track. And so he created every single one of his songs specifically for ringtones in that formula.
So it was some kind of a business model for him, right?
Yeah, he found some kind of niche in the market. He found some business way and he just went with it. He ran with it, you know? But I think the one thing I was telling my music client that I had, because I'm doing music production now, which is big ups to you as well, because you've actually inspired me a lot to kind of follow my own... We'll do that again. To follow my own music production skills and trust in my abilities and actually produce for other people, right? So I had someone in the studio, and he was there like, I really want to learn more and I don't know how to finish a song and all that. And I told him the exact thing you told him now, is it's difficult because you start as pure creativity. You start with just ideas and it comes out and it's beautiful, but it's a bit chaotic. And it's the beauty of creativity. And then you go, well, this isn't going to go viral. This isn't the formula that's right for Spotify or Apple Music. And you learn the production side, which I got into, the intro to the verse, to the pre-chorus, to this. And now that I've got that formula, I can finish a song by myself in a session, which I never be able to do. But now I'm dealing with another challenge.
I want to hear one of those.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, we're gonna hear it after this. All right, I'll give you a good one. Okay. And so it's like it's difficult because now I'm dealing with another problem where I'm so focused on the formula and making sure that it's right and it's done right and that a producer will listen to it and go,
that's the problem.
This is a good hit.
Yeah.
And the creativity doesn't come that way.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the problem.
So it's kind of learning all of the skills and then unlearning the formula.
That's what I like about the Vault, because we were kind of going after the formula.
Yeah.
But we ended up still doing what we wanted to do, what we felt that what worked, and that moment of time.
I mean, I was listening to Deeper, right? Going back to Deeper in itself. And I know you said like we're gonna see if other people have found tracks similar, but I've never heard a song like that. It's so chaotically beautiful though.
Man,
you know?
it blends Afro, Brazilian, and Amapiano all together,
so many
being
different elements.
125 BPM. Like what?
Yeah, it,
right?
It doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's a unique blend of many genres, many styles, and that's what makes it special.
100%.
But let's get back to the album.
Let's get back to the album. Let's get back to the album. Yeah, 100%.
Palm, right now, yeah.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now is a very interesting one.
Feel the way you got me moving right now. Right now. Right now.
The Vault never supposed to happen, right?
Yeah.
But until in May, I remember the first message I created the group chat, MNEEMO MJP album, 28th of May. And they sent a bunch of our demos in there, and they said like, let's get to work.
Let's get on it.
Let's get to work, right? So, and we had like 8 songs in there.
Yeah.
And we got rid of the few demos that we didn't like, come around the one that was something else. Yeah. And it all came to the 6 tracks. And we were working the 6-track album. But after like 2 weeks before the album release, on the night where we were supposed to distribute the tracks through the label, and the label was waiting for us to submit the final names for everything, the masters, the cover art, the press release, whatever, everything.
Guys, releasing an album is not as simple.
Oh my
as
god,
just
that's so many things.
And put it out there.
There's so many things.
If you want to do it the right way, it takes a lot. It takes a lot.
And I remember it was just like about 9 p.m. You were actually at some where
I was at a modeling shoot, right? So I had been scouted by a modeling agency.
Oh my god, yeah, you were at the photo shoot. 100%. And I was sitting at home, and I just remember getting a call from the label saying we won't be able to make an album with 6 tracks because this is going to be the extended play, the EP.
Yeah.
If you want to have an album, it needs to be 7 tracks.
Yeah. And in our
do you have anything else right now?
Yeah.
We have 1 hour.
in our heads, it was done. Everything was done. It was polished. We'd put so much work and so much time into it.
Already. I was just like, yes.
100%. It's submitted. We're good. I remember hearing the voice of NEEMO on my phone on a call, and I was like, he's calmed down. He's good. He's ready to go for the album.
Absolutely, man. But yes, they just wanted another track. What happened is actually I just went through the bunch of beats and demos that I made.
Yeah.
And I sent bunch of them to Matthew, and he picked like 3 or 2, but we ended up using Right Now, and that's just how actually the Right Now was born. He was in the modeling shoot, and he did the vocal melody and the lyrics. He wrote everything while he was just changing in between the shoots, using his voice memos on his phone.
Take your computer everywhere. Take it with you. Just if you can, just take it with you. Because I remember getting this message. I had gotten to the model shoot, put all my clothes out, got it on the hanger. I'm waiting for my photo time. I'm like meeting everyone, and I get this message. The album's not coming out, and I was like what? What?
So not getting the 7th track on that day meant that we're delaying an album for like 2 weeks.
100%.
And I wanted the album to come out when I was in LA. Because I knew it's going to be the 22nd of August and I will be in LA so I can get some content done for the album.
It would have just been the perfect time.
Yeah.
So when did they call you? Like how many
2 weeks
how
before
many weeks
that.
before
2 weeks.
22nd?
2 weeks before that. Because that was the deadline. Because we needed to like properly pitch the album, make sure it's all delivered to all the stores. So 2 weeks is like the minimum. That was the requirement from our label.
Yeah, it's the safe zone, you know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But yes, and Matthew just like wrote the lyrics and created the vocal melody for the Right Now during this morning show. Then he just rushed back to his house, recorded everything.
Well, I remember being in East London because I live in West. You're around south. Is
Here?
it south? Yeah. I don't want to say the location, but I'll just say like
Bait out.
imagine the longitude and latitude of this.
South London, yes.
In South London. So I remember messaging him and being like, I'll get the lyrics down and I'll come to yours straight after this and we'll record it. And I remember you being like, I think you were home, but we were like, we just don't have time for that and whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember getting on the shoot, taking photos, boom, 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 and going back and being like, right now, and just getting all these ideas together. And I've never
Like trembling, you know.
I'm telling you,
is this gonna work? Please work.
I'm
Please
telling
make
you,
it
dude,
sound
I've
good.
never rushed home so fast in my life and just plugged in my speakers, plugged in everything, got my
sick.
headset on, recorded it, sent it off.
Man, but you know, another thing that I remember, even though it was like super rushed and super last minute, I don't know why, but me and you, we just had the confidence.
You had practice, I think. You
We
were like
had the
so-
confidence we can make it happen. It was not like, Matthew, they're gonna kill me in LA type of situation. It was just like, Matthew, we just need to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're doing it no matter what, and we just made it happen.
Yeah.
So it was
It just worked out.
it was
worked
last
out.
minute, very like urgent situation, but we accepted that with confidence.
Well, I think
and-
if that situation happened to us a year and a half ago,
Oh, yeah, that would
wouldn't-
be-
we wouldn't
that
have
would
been
be a
able to get
mess.
that done. Yeah, but now we've gotten this workflow so well that it's just like, yeah, cool. We've got an hour. We got you. We got that.
You sent me the acapella stamps. I remember mixing and mastering everything. Then I messaged Anton. We just ran a few versions. He did one version of mix and master. I did another version, like back and forth a few times. And it's been done and it's been released. Thanks to
I
the Radar
remember-
Records and Anton Flash for helping out us with this project.
Big appreciations to the label because they have been absolutely fantastic
Yeah.
with us. But in all honesty, I remember getting a message after you've like mixed it together and stuff, and you just would like, why does this hit so hard? You were like,
Oh, yes.
why does this hit so hard? You know what I mean?
And that's the funny thing. The song that we made within an hour actually ended up being my personal favorite
Yeah,
song
yeah,
from the
yeah.
album.
Excellent,
I don't know why.
excellent.
It's
The
just
super quick ones. Well,
it is what it is.
Taking it back to what we said earlier, when you're doing things quick, you don't have a lot of time to think about a formula.
It is
Do
what
you know
it
what
is.
I mean?
Yes.
You just, it is what it is. You go with it, and it comes to life. You know.
But I think that's also a testament to you guys' partnership. Like you're so used to each other's way of working, methods of working, that you just entered flow state.
Yeah, and that's the problem because sometimes when I hit the studio with some other,
Hit me up. That was the most painful experience of my life.
What?
I was still like this. I was still like this, and I was just like,
I was just like, what's happening right now? Man, what I was going to say, like sometimes when I work with some other vocalists in the studio, I just like, why you can't just do whatever Matthews do?
Yeah.
But later I understand, like we just had years of experience working
100%,
together. That's what makes it smooth.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think for me, a thing is working with other producers, because I've worked with a few other producers, and it just, when you don't have that personal relationship, you know, like I would genuinely consider NEEMO one of my really close friends now, you know. It's like, I don't have to be self-conscious about my lyrics. I don't have to think about the vocal performance. I can go in, be comfortable. And to be honest, in my opinion as the vocalist, as you'll see our music progress, it's almost like you can hear the calmness as it progresses through the tracks, because I think the vocal performance gets better and better and better.
Absolutely.
You know?
And we have some other stuff that we're gonna drop soon.
I'm so excited. I
Me
am
too,
so
man.
excited.
Me too.
Big ups to NEEMO, because as an actor myself, I'm kind of used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But I know for you, as much as he has the stardom, he's got that X factor that we all love to see.
It's my first experience like this, talking on the
100%.
podcast,
So,
talking to the camera.
congratulations. Can we?
I'm used to cameras, but I'm not used to
in
talking
the room,
on the camera.
Can we get a round of applause?
No, guys, thanks to everybody here. Thank you
so
very much. Thank you. It wouldn't be possible without all your help.
But Mr. Brian Perry, content creator, musician, and documentary connoisseur,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
come through for this
Yes, sir.
Q&A
Come on in.
session. Come on in.
The man, the myth, the legend, the voice behind the camera, Brian Perry.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, boys. It's comfortable on this couch.
Yeah.
And I'm here with two very excellent, talented individuals.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me first off start by saying congratulations.
Thank you very much.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
Debut album.
Yes,
Debut album.
this is the debut album.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's out. Unlocked. Vault unlocked.
100%.
We should have had Vault unlocked.
Yeah.
Instead of Backstage
yeah.
Perspective in here.
Well, you know what it is, bro. We can start it off with a cheeky little edit.
Yeah. We'll see what we can do.
But you know what, Brian, I actually want to ask you a question quick so people can get a bit of a perspective of who you are. You have traveled around the world, which I have had the privilege of joining you on some of those adventures. He's got some vlogs out, which are documentaries out. He's got some... We're going to shoot that
vlogs, documentaries.
Terminology is important.
He's got some documentaries out from different countries, which MNEEMO, I remember in the studio, was like, bro, have you seen this? This is the funniest and best stuff I've ever seen.
It's so good.
Yeah.
No, glad you
and so how
we want more of that to be released soon.
100%.
It's coming. I have seven waiting.
7
in the vault.
7.
In the vault.
7.
Come on.
So you also have some kind of a vault, right?
I have a vault myself.
You gotta drop this series straight away, all of them at once.
I'm going to. It's every week.
Nice.
But how does it feel being on the backstage perspective?
Well, I saw it get set up with the help of many people
100%.
here. I don't really have much else to say. I can tell you that my hand is a little bit tired from this
little bit tired.
heavy microphone. Yeah. What instrument kind of made the album? Like, what element of your productions made the album what it was?
I missed the question. Sorry,
No, go for it.
Like, what was there an instrument or a melody that kind of like set the tone for the rest of the album?
Melodies are always created like on the go, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't something specific that would use as the like one core melody for the album.
Well, I guess.
But I'd say.
Yeah.
I would probably say about the emotion and the feeling. I think not the melody, but the feeling of relationship problems.
What
was the core for the album?
Well, I guess the journey of being in a relationship
has feelings, right?
Yeah. Well, I remember there's a few tracks on this album where I came to the studio and I was like, I created some lyrics for it, and there was a few times when MNEEMO went, but make that about a girl. but let's make that about a relationship or something.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's worked out perfectly. The vision came together. Yeah.
Now you can also read the lyrics on Spotify and Apple Music.
100%.
So if you're not catching anything,
investigate, take it apart,
investigate,
see
investigate and resonate. I would say
investigate and resonate. Exactly.
Well, my main thing is I want to know from the people which track hits your situation the most, and do we speak about any of your situations in the album?
That's actually very interesting.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Which song on this album do you think would make your ex text you saying, "We need to talk"?
You know, that's a problematic question because he probably sent everything to her already. Himself.
You know what? I was actually going to make a TikTok
like a
about
big
this
love
the other
letter.
day.
Oh, really?
And I was going to be like...
Was it anything that she didn't hear from the album?
I don't know. We haven't spoken in a while. We haven't spoken in a while, which is very hard, and my heart's racing just talking about this right now. But I think it's
going to be on the internet forever.
Yeah, man.
Think about it.
I think it is very, very difficult for me because she was my best friend, and I still, to an extent, consider her my best friend. But what I was going to make a TikTok about was like I just can't call her my ex for some reason. And I mean, I am a big lover boy. I'm a very emotional man, you know. And so it's like you can kind of hear a big lover boy. I mean, you can hear some of my heart in the album, you know. Yeah. And so I think when you listen to all of the songs, I would probably say the one that most relates to her is probably Palm. And I made that song, even though it's kind of like up tempo, it's got a good beat to it. When you listen to the lyrics, it really symbolizes what she means to me, and what she did for me. You know,
but the good thing is it's not really specific to any type of person or the situation, right? So it's more like of a general feeling that you feel in the situations like this,
100%,
right?
100%.
So
what was the first lyric or beat that made you decide that this has to be an album? Like, why did you decide to do 6 tracks? I know it ended up being 7. But that was the label.
Well, this very good question, because this was actually a discussion between us. Because in my mind, I had done a bunch of research on like, music industry, how does it work? And in my head, I was going like, MNEEMO, we let's just release them as singles, like one every 2 weeks. Let's do it. And I remember MNEEMO being like, brother, we've been holding on to these tracks for nearly 2 years. let's put them together. Let's get it out there and let's go. And it's, I don't know what it was about the way you told me, but it just felt like, yeah, I get that.
I don't know, man, because like all the tracks from the album was the tracks that we actually made before hitting the club the next day.
Yeah.
Because this was kind of our challenge or kind of our thing, right? So we wanted to quickly make a demo and then play the next day in the club and just enjoy it playing loud in front of the 300 people, right? So it's a good feeling. The Vault actually is the combination of those situations when we made music before hitting the club over the course of a year.
Yeah.
And after a year, when we looked back and analyzed all the music that we wrote, for some reason, it kind of sounded like a united product, right? So it shaped to be an album. But it wasn't meant to be an album all this time.
But they were meant for the club. That's like this the synergy between all the songs. Right? It's like meant for club environments.
Absolutely.
Well, you know what? I've never thought about that before, and I think that's the difference you can hear in the newer songs that's going to be coming out. Because those ones were, let's get producing, and let's think about the people, right? Whereas before it was like, we're about to hit the club, let's get people moving, you know?
I'm not agreeing to this 100%. I like my music being groovy, punchy, bass heavy, and all that kind of stuff, and that's perfect for the club environment.
You're sort of like you're a house musician yourself, right?
But we still inserted some of the soul, some of the thoughts into that, right? So
that was
I'd say it's a combination of both. It's the music for the clubs and the people to dance to.
100%.
And what we really think, experience, and lived through
the
moments when we were writing this song.
It's been very interesting to see your specific change in terms of, because obviously when you're doing music producing, it's also on your personal taste. And I remember when I first met you, it was very deep house. You've released the You and Me remix. You've done a few.
You and Me is Afro House, though.
Afro House?
Yes.
There's a few other ones that you've got that is purely deep house, right?
I've been experimenting a lot with the melodic techno. Deep house, all sorts of
100%.
stuff. Yeah.
And now, which I'm excited to see where this goes, you're kind of getting into the UK scene a bit. The
a
UKG,
little bit. Yes, a little bit. And
that's very exciting.
You go into one of the festivals, right?
Yes. Gunsbury Drum and Bass Allstars.
It's going to be in London, right?
It's going to be in London.
10th of September?
14th of September.
14th of September.
14th.
Like 2 weeks from now.
100%.
That's DnB Allstars, actually a label that we got signed our track to. Yes, and our track comes out on the 19th of September. Man, it's gonna...
Are you dead ass?
1 second. Our track is going to be coming on the 12th of September. Thanks, Anton. He's just correcting me.
Broski.
When Anton messaged me saying like, we got signed to the DnB Allstars, I was just like, yo, what?
Bro, that I don't think you understand. If I'm in the gym and I don't have anything to play, I will go on Drum and Bass Allstars because that is the best of the best drum and bass.
So we're going to be part of the compilation album. Our track is going to be released as a single, but we'll also be part of the album. And the album is called Level Up. Size Up.
You haven't done your research.
Yes, and I've heard some of the other guys that are going to be there with us on the album, and it sounds amazing, man. It sounds awesome.
Proper stuff.
I'm very excited. And obviously me and Anton, we're going to be popping into Drum and Bass All-Stars Festival.
Ooh.
And might be doing something else in there.
We're gonna
Who knows?
We're going to see you there.
You're taking the piss, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying anything. Nothing's happening now. You see, you gotta like always strive and prosper.
100%.
Always strive and prosper. ASAP.
Yeah, come on. It's always driving possible.
You know what? It's the funniest thing because before this podcast, we were like, "Oh, let's talk," and every time we spoke, we had to stop ourselves and be like, "No, keep it for the podcast.
Absolutely,
keep it for the podcast."
That was a golden nugget that he kept.
That was a golden nugget, bro. That is amazing.
We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun.
That's a huge deal, man. I remember, I think like 2017, I went to this festival called WestFest in Somerset, Bath and West Showground. And they had DnB Allstars playing as like the headliner, along with SAS, if you know about them.
Yeah.
Man, and now what 8 years later, I'm sitting there on the couch next to someone that has
A DnB Allstars signed artist.
become a signed artist
Man.
of that guy
bro,
that
it's
I watched
big.
on there.
It's big.
Man, you know what? Actually, when it happened, I didn't even know that this is like #1
Yeah.
drum and bass label in the world.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's called Drum and Bass All Stars.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Could be.
But it's certainly an honor, and I'm very excited, and I really, really, really want to
100%. Well, if there's any...
see what's going to happen with this.
Yeah, well, if
man.
there's any DnB Allstars guys who are watching, you've made the right decision. You've made a good decision.
Guys, we will not let you down.
100%.
You know?
But hit us with the next one.
Where did your influence for samples come from? I know they were talking about like Amapiano in the first track that you guys were working on deeper, but you wanted like deep house and more like house on others. I did notice there was sort of this like influence, I
have a lot to say, right?
2000s influence on one of the tracks.
I think Stay was more like going back to the Matthews roots, because Matthews from the South Africa. I was born in Ukraine and raised in Russia, so my mother's Russian, my father's Ukrainian. I'm exactly like 50-50, right?
Yeah.
But we certainly have some influences in our music from our backgrounds and our cultures. So Stay was something that we want to bring the South African energy, the vocal chants, prolonged singing,
100%,
all the kind of stuff.
I also think in terms of the album, we never went into the studio and went, let's make a deep house track, or we never went, let's make this genre.
No, we were just making music, man.
It was always like, what do you
just
think? What
making
do I
music,
think?
and that's it.
trying to just blend our worlds together, you know?
Yeah, that's great. Whilst we're on the topic of like composing the project, the Vault project, who gave you the best advice in the process of making this album?
Ooh.
Who gave you the best advice, and then who gave you the worst advice? I got a
Mr. NotSoBad probably gave us the worst advices.
When I'm telling you, I've got a gripe with this guy.
That
you know,
fake guy.
Because you know what it is. I've never felt so small in a studio in my life, bro. Because every time you come in, it would just feel like I'm just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when it was me and MNEEMO, it felt like there's a partnership. Like we're
absolutely,
talking, we're
man.
collaborating.
Same feeling here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the worst advice is probably that guy.
100%.
The best advice.
The best advice, I know it's probably not the best answer, in all fairness, but I would probably say the best advice I got for the album was from the man himself, Nemo. Because I think Neminsky, yes. Because I think for myself as an artist, I wouldn't really be where I'm at, even in my own stuff, if it wasn't for his influence, for his support, and for his belief in my abilities, right? Because I think what's really hard for some musicians is believing in themselves. And my parents were the biggest support in my entire life. They pushed me. I did massive events. I think the biggest performance I've ever done is 50,000 people in South Africa.
Oh, yes.
So I've done really
in front
big
of the
stuff.
South African president, right?
100%. Well, it was funny because he left halfway through my performance. Oh, really? Yeah. I literally, bro, we got on stage. We started performing.
We can skip that part.
We'll skip it. It was in front of him. He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
But I think it's leaving the house, going to uni. It was so difficult for me to find myself because I was so used to relying on the belief other people had in me rather than having a belief in myself. And being around Nemo, who literally from the first session we had was like, bro, we're going to make music together. I believe in you. I want us to work together and do that. And as we've gone through, I can now sit in a studio with someone else and do the music for them because I believe in myself. Which is still so difficult for me to do to this day.
That was never doubted, man.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But I can say the same to you because you see we're coming from such different worlds and we have such different backgrounds professionally as well. So you come from the world of acting, right? And I remember like you've been telling me a lot of things on like a lot of industry secrets in terms of how you're moving, how you're looking, how you're performing and stuff like this. So I'm really grateful that you shared some of that knowledge as well because that's gold.
My guy.
That's beautiful. It kind of goes back to the question of, do you think studying music production would like influence or make you a better artist? And I think that you guys are kind of testament against that. You should follow another path and then use that path in your music and supplement each other.
Well, what I would say is every single person in the creative, whether a model, actor, musician, there are so many paths to getting into this industry. There's so many different ways to do it. Everyone has their own individual path. Right?
It's unlimited, really.
But I would say the number one thing that you need is a circle around you that believes in you.
Absolutely, that was the hardest part in my life, you know, to find the people that's going to be around you, supportive,
100%.
and understanding and liking the stuff that you're doing. Because that's probably the hardest part for any creative person.
Definitely,
Because you see, especially in your circles, when you're becoming stronger, when you becoming like more successful, people don't really like that.
It's true.
They want to be next to somebody with whom they feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you're taking off, you're creating the sense of discomfort with them, right? And that's why it's really hard to make this step up. You need to like really push yourself, because on that level you're gonna find some other people.
Yeah.
And this is where it actually starts being serious and beneficial and productive for everybody.
Well, and remember a very important...
That's a great point, actually. I think that the tribe, the going back to our roots, our ancestry, the tribes would come together with this like collective idea of propelling people forward.
Yes.
And you need that.
Remember as well, and this isn't just for the creative industry, everyone in your circle knows you. As you get better, as you take more risks, as you get higher into your industry,
everybody's trying to hold you down, man.
You change, right?
Yes.
And so you can't hold on to the image other people have of you. You have to create it for yourself, or else you will stay at day one, you know?
Absolutely. And every artist and every creative individual that found any sort of success had to go through the hell to reach that point. And when you're in that position, in that situation, and you went through like years of craft, sleepless nights, lots of stress, being broke, investing your last money into your project that you believe that doesn't pay you back, right? And then you're meeting people that went through the same thing.
100%.
You're kind of speaking the same language, right?
Well, I wasn't really gonna dive deeper into this onto the podcast, but I think it's probably necessary for anyone who's watching. That's where I'm at now. You know, I'm in a very, very difficult spot in my life where literally for the first time I've hit zero in every single bank account. I've had to cancel every subscription on the planet. I'm literally grinding with my nails and scraping at the wall. But I've gotten to the point where if I've got £50 in my account and I need to get a song mastered and I can't get it from somewhere and it costs £50, I'm going to spend the £50.
I'm glad we have a label now that can do it for us.
100%. It makes it a lot better. Hashtag Flash, you know what I mean?
Radar Records.
Because
Radar
it's like,
Records.
when I left uni, I told myself, I don't want to be the classic story of you leave and you're just a waiter and you struggled. And when I get my Oscar, I want to stand up there and be like, I thrived in everything I did. And that's why I went to real estate, and I did real estate for a while, and I thrived in that.
Man, you killed that. You really killed that.
I killed that, bro.
You killed that.
And I'll say that with chest, because I did, you know? But
you get accolades.
But I had to realize in that moment, do I want to be an estate agent for the rest of my life, or do I want to be a musician and an actor? And I left.
I remember that moment when you made that sacrifice.
And I left the job, and all the savings are gone, everything's gone, and I'm having to do like waiting jobs, hospitality here and there. But I've never felt so fulfilled, right? Because now I'm in a position where I'm like, it's me, it's my dream, it's my team, and it's nothing else.
But you also came to this with a strategy. Yeah, I remember you telling me like, I'm gonna be staying at the company because it will help me to go through the summer so we can actually finish the album.
100%.
So the strategy also came in. It wasn't just blind, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna throw in everything.
See you guys later.
For anybody who's watching.
Don't do that.
Strategy always needs to be in place.
You had savings, didn't you? You had plenty
Well,
savings.
I'm so glad you said that.
He just ran out.
But
he had some.
I'm so glad that you said that, because a lot of
alive.
people, I think, when they're in the position I'm in, they forget about that part.
It's
go for
strategy.
your dreams, but have a strategy behind it.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, the reason I'm in a strong part, and I'll say this in all humility, is because I left, I had a fat chunk of savings, I paid my rent, everything was good, and I relaxed. I took a deep breath and I went, I'm good. No more working 11 hours a day, all that stuff. Now it's run out, and I went, what did I do? my whole plan, my whole strategy behind it worked for the album, but now that the album's done, what else did I achieve? And I didn't do the things I needed to do. Now it's ride or die for me, you know? And I think NEEMO is very glad I'm in this position to an extent, because now you're getting a version of me that you guys have never seen before, and you guys are going to see some projects come out that you...
And it's documented right now.
Exactly.
Which is good.
You won't believe what we're going to achieve. By the time this year, next year, I'm telling you now, I'm making a promise to you and to myself and to NEEMO and to the whole squadron that's here and the people that support us. Guys, the dream is not going to be a dream for much longer. It's going to be reality.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
100%.
We have a belief, it's the most important part.
100%.
My guy.
Of course. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on the Backstage Perspective. One more time, I just want to do a round of applause in the room for everyone that is here.
That was awesome. That was a nice conversation, man. I enjoyed it.
100%.
Yeah.
And we will see you for the next one where we talk about Not So Bad.
Yeah, we'll talk about Not So Bad.
Yeah.
I have a lot to tell you guys.
Yeah.
A lot.
100%. Don't forget all of the points that we said into the chat. Put it into the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you want to see more of this episode. And again, peace and love.
Yeah.
Go
Thank you
stream
very
the
much.
Vote. It's out now on all.
Let
streaming
us know.
platforms.
Let us
Stream
know
the Vault.
the favorite songs
100%.
and why they're your favorites.
Anton says, please also subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Yeah, that we love that word.
Without this guy, I don't know what I would have been doing.
Yeah, check out Radar Records as well.
Yeah.
Radar Records.
It's
All
just
right.
for the friends and the family, but you can check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Peace and love, baby.
Bye.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.